Amen. Amen. Those of you with your Bibles, if you would, turn with me to the Gospel recorded by Mark, chapter number 9. Gospel recorded by Mark, chapter number 9. I'm going to begin to read at verse number 14. When Jesus, Peter, James, and John approached the other disciples, they saw a large crowd surrounding them and legal experts arguing with them. Suddenly the whole crowd caught sight of Jesus. They ran to greet him. Overcome with excitement, Jesus asked them, "What are you arguing about?" Someone from the crowd responded, "Teacher, I brought my son." Sorry about that. Some from the crowd responded, "Teacher, I brought my son to you since he has a spirit that doesn't allow him to speak. Wherever it overpowers him, it throws him into a fit. He foams at the mouth, grits his teeth, and stiffens up. So I spoke to your disciples to see if they could throw it out, but they couldn't." Jesus answered them, "You faithless generation, how long will I be with you? How long will I put up with you? Bring him to me." They brought him. When the spirit saw Jesus, he immediately threw the boy in a fit. He fell on the ground and rolled around, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked his father, "How long has this been going on?" He said, "Since he was a child. It has often thrown him into the fire and into the water, trying to kill him. If you can do anything, help us. Show compassion on us." Jesus said to him, "If you can do anything, all things are possible for the one who has faith." At that, the boy's father cried out, "I have faith, but help my lack of faith." Noticing that the crowd had surged together, Jesus spoke harshly to the unclean spirit. "Mute and deaf spirit, I command you to come out of him and never enter him again." After screaming and shaking the boy horribly, the spirit came out. The boy seemed to be dead. In fact, several people said that he was dead. But Jesus took his hand, lifted him up, and he arose. After Jesus went into a house, his disciples asked him privately, "Why couldn't we throw the spirit out?" Jesus answered, "Throwing out this kind of spirit requires prayer." Amen. This morning, as we embark on a new year as pastor and congregation, while we don't want to admit it, I think it's important that we started out understanding that sometimes the church fails. I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but sometimes the church fails. In this ninth chapter of Mark, we are introduced to a nameless person who has an experience with Jesus and his disciples. Like the man at the pool of Bethesda, he has no name. Like the woman with the issue of blood, this man has no name. Like the man with the withered hand in the temple, this man has no name. And in Mark 9, we encounter a brother who we do not know what his name is. Now, I believe that we encounter these no-name persons in Scripture so that we can be reminded that these people could be anybody. As a matter of fact, they could be you or I. So if this man has to have a name, if you're not going to be satisfied with him being in Scripture and not having a name assigned to him, you can just fill in your name. And the reason why is because everybody in here has had or is going to have a Mark 9 experience. Since this is the first sermon of the new year, can I take my time? I said, since it's the first sermon, can I take my time? Somebody say, take your time, preacher. Notice the similarities to our world to that of this brother's birth. The first thing the Bible tells us is that this is a father with a problem. Before we can deal with the diagnosis of his son, before we can deal with the demon that's in his son, you have to deal with the father's problem. And his problem makes him just like you and I. I know I'm right about it because problems are on all of our agendas. Nobody gets a pass when it comes to problems and trouble. I don't care how big your Bible is. I don't care how much offerings you give. I don't care how many ministries you are a part of, or how many hymns you sing, or how long you've been an usher. The reality is all of us will go through something. Because if it ain't one thing, oh, help me preach up. If you get one thing fixed up, something else breaks up. If it ain't your money, it's your health. If it ain't your health, it's your marriage. If it's not your marriage, it's your children. It's always something. And this man's problem is his son has a problem. Let me tell you this. If you live long enough, somebody you love is going to have a problem that's going to cause a problem for you. Because somebody you love is going to get a bad report from the doctor. If you live long enough, or your child, the one that you used to feed, is going to have a problem. If you live long enough, mama's going to get old and daddy's going to get sick. This man's problem is somebody he loves has a problem. And another thing. In this text, the problem that this man's son had is a chronic problem. Somebody say chronic problem. I know I'm right about it because Jesus asked the father in the text, how long has your son been like this? The man's response was, he's been like this since his birth. Church, there are some problems you didn't ask for, some problems that you didn't bring on yourself. There are some problems that you inherit. I need to say that again because y'all ain't saying nothing. There are some problems you didn't ask for and that you don't deserve, but you have been dealing with them for a long time. Some problems that don't go away overnight. Some problems that are there day after day, year in and year out. The problem is there and you just got to deal with it. And like all of us who have to deal with chronic problems, this man comes to the conclusion that he needs Jesus. He concludes that if I can just get into the presence of Jesus, everything will be all right. If I could just get into the place where the Lord is being worshipped, everything will get better. And as a matter of fact, that's what got you in here this morning. That's what got you up, got you dressed, got you out of the house in the cold. You thought if I could just get in the presence of the Lord, things would be better. But listen to the doubt in this man's voice when he gets into the presence of Jesus. He said, Lord, if you can do anything. His response should have been, Lord, since you can do anything. But instead, it's Lord, if you can do anything. Jesus senses that there's something wrong with this man's faith. I know I'm right about it because Jesus said, it's not if I can, but instead it's do you believe. Jesus said, if you believe, we can work this thing out. If you can believe, we can walk away from this thing, but you get what you need. If you believe, I can help you to get through this. Look at it now. The son's healing is directly connected to the father's faith. Oh, y'all right up in him. But listen to this brother. He says, I believe, but I need you to help my unbelief. And this is where this father is like everybody in this room. He has to navigate between belief and unbelief. My God, that's major. That's major. Because that's everybody in this house. All of of us, your pastor included, have some moments when we can say definitively, I believe. But quiet as it's kept, there is some unbelief. There are some areas where I trust God without a shadow of a doubt. But there are moments when I wonder, God, just what are you doing? There are times when my faith is strong, but there are times when I have doubt and uncertainty. Y'all looking at me funny. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but if preaching is about anything at all, it's about the truth, because only the truth will set you free. And if you follow me home in the times of my uncertainty, my prayers go like this: Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. Church, there are areas where it's easy to believe God, but then there are areas where believing God is difficult. Oh, y'all ain't saying that. It's hard to trust and believe when you have an issue that keeps coming up, one that keeps reoccurring. Y'all ain't saying that. So let me do it another way. I said, can I do it another way? It's easy to trust God until you have to trust Him too long. It's easy to pray until you prayed over something 10 or 20 times. How used to say it like this: ain't nothing wrong with being sick, but just don't say sick too long.